Guys, welcome to the maybe last video here from Sardinia. We got another freaking sick day of wind, probably around, looks like 20 to 30 knots. And today I got a special test for you guys because I'm testing Mario's PATRIK foil today, which I'm super excited because everyone seems to say that this PATRIK foil is just the next level in foiling. And I have a super old F4 foil, so it's not a fair comparison because it's really like 3-4 years old. I didn't upgrade anything. But I'm gonna let you guys know how the PATRIK compares to the F4, and we're going for some speed runs on the foil today, which should be super exciting because look at it, we have up to 30 knots. I hope I can control it and don't crash Mario's foil. But yeah, using the 145 Futurefly Flying Camel. And then I think Mario has the 450 wing, which we're gonna use.
Oh yeah, boy.
And hopefully I'm not gonna destroy myself.
Or my foil.
No, that's the most important. Hi. First of all, thanks for letting me test your special thing.
But guys, if in return I want to make a little advertisement.
I give you 12 seconds.
Okay, if you want to buy a PATRIK foil, it's the greatest foil ever, I think at least. And you should buy it at the Wind Lounge. Just write us an email to willkommen@windlounge.de. It's linked right below somewhere here. Bye.
Okay, sorry for the commercial, but I get to test the PATRIK foil for this. This is so cringe. No, but seriously, guys, it looks really windy and I'm super looking forward to testing this foil. I tested it actually yesterday for 2-3 runs, but in a lot less wind and with a big front wing.
You'll be surprised how it is with the small front wing.
And I tried 2 days ago the F4 with a 380 speed wing, which I feel is fast, but it is uncontrollable because it's so soft that you just go up and down all the time. So I'm really curious to see how the PATRIK foil with this titanium fuse and all this special, I don't know what, is gonna perform today.
You will freak out.
Maybe I should go on Finn.
No, actually, you will freak out because the foil is not moving at all.
But you need to tell me the settings.
Yeah, I'll tell you the setting. I tested it yesterday a little bit.
Yeah, but a lot less wind yesterday.
I don't think anything will move with the foil. That's the crazy thing. It's like a train on rails.
Okay, so we got I think the very special foil.
It's actually cool for me to be part in a video where my equipment gets tested.
It's pretty funny. I think you got like the most premium shit, like with a titanium fuselage, the most expensive mast, all this, no?
Yeah, the thing is a little bit that I had the same foil like you, the F4.
Yes.
And I was like, I need an upgrade. I was waiting for so long with this. And then, you buy a foil and the minimum, let's say, price that you pay is, what, 3,500?
Probably with every brand, yeah. To get something decent for racing.
Yeah, and I mean, we are racing, so the stuff is expensive. I was like, do you take the cheaper mast?
Yeah.
You don't really want to take the cheaper mast.
I would do the same.
Yeah, because it hurts a lot, to be honest. But what do? You can't buy the second best if it's about...
Because then you always have the feeling, I can still upgrade and just go for it.
But it sounds a little bit... I don't know, but this is our life. This is, with all honesty, this windsurfing is my life, windsurf racing. So the only thing I spend money on is windsurfing. I have nothing else.
I'm really afraid after I test this that I'm going to put in an order.
I am 100% sure that you will buy it. Because from what I heard, it's the state of the art.
So saying this, head over to my Patreon and maybe give me a few thousand euro? Maybe?
No, it is actually horrible, man. The fuselage alone, the retail price for the fuselage is
crazy.
900 euro, I think.
But if it is really more stable, you buy one foil and you use it for years.
I hear a lot of complaints about the prices, but I'm sometimes also thinking, of course it's super expensive, but it's not like out of this world. It's not a different universe. So we as, let's say, normal racers, we can still participate in we can still feel the highest tech development.
You have to view it like this. It's the best thing you can buy.
Yeah.
In the world of windsurfing.
Yeah,
and like in other sports, if you look at this, like for a premium bike, you pay what, 15,000 euro. If you get into
easily more.
It's just like the best thing you can get.
Yeah, the situation with windsurfing is simply a little bit fucked up. But well, we all know that.
Anyway, I'm getting stressed because the wind is coming in and I get cramps in my arm. So first I was thinking I'm going to use the 6.9 F1X, but now the wind kicked in properly and I think 6.9 is just too big. I don't have the new foil sails yet, so I'm going to use the 6.2 AC1, which is not ideal for foiling, but I tried it 2-3 days ago and it actually works pretty well. So yeah, now I'm going to rig up the foil and let you know my settings that I use for the first test. Okay. What have we got here? This looks so sick with the Swiss tech. It's like a Swiss pocket. What is it called? Swiss Army knife?
Yeah,
it looks so. Like this. So this is probably...
It actually came like this. I didn't have to pay anything extra for all the things.
That's pretty cool. Oh. Wow, this looks insane.
Do everything but break it.
Fuck, it's really sharp. Crazy. 95. This has a sick shape and very thin in the... Oh, I can see why it's fast. It's narrow and thin. Let's see.
Yeah.
Doesn't fit 100%. Geil. So it's a little bit loose in the box, or the box is too big, one of the two. Because probably Patrick took his boxes for measuring how thick it has to be. So I'm putting a bit of... This is so amateur. Whoop. And I have a shim in there to get some more rake. Oh yeah, this fits better. Okay. Now I'm gonna put the fuselage, and then I have this app on the phone to measure the angle between the foil and the board. And I think generally I want about 3 to 3.5 degrees of rake in the foil. So when you touch, that the nose of the board doesn't really suck into the water, but that you like just touch and keep flying. And I think like 3.5 degrees is the right angle for that, around there somewhere. But let's check the fuse. Oh, this is the titanium fuse. It's crazy. I really don't know if it's a good idea to test the foil, because for sure I'm gonna buy one after. But maybe it's shit, who knows? I should put the screws first, no?
Nee, kannst du machen.
So, oh, it looks quite interesting with the... It only has 2 screws, F4 has 3.
Yeah, and I noticed that it's not straight, you know?
Ah, it's
there is
conic.
An angle in it,
it's
so
conic.
It's even more stiff.
Wow, yeah, you're right. Wow, this is super stable. You have the screws?
Yeah.
Ciao. Ah, it's also in here. You have also the Schrauben Torxi. And then you use which ones for the fuse? It's really windy. It's like the upper limit of where I still feel like somewhat in control while foiling. I went out one time in like up to 40 knots at Kossi. I can link the video. And there I had 0 control. So now it's, I think, up to 30 knots in the gusts. So hopefully 10 knots less. I feel like the limit is around 35 knots where you can theoretically have control. Okay. Welche Schrauben machst du in das Foil rein?
Torx.
So then we have the small front wing.
Is that the small one?
Yeah, this is the small one. Let's see. Also in the back, nice. How many square centimeters? 450?
Yeah.
Okay. I used F4. My favorite one was the 560. With that one I also hit my top speed of 32.8. But this is so stiff and has, like, look at it. Such an interesting angle, and I think it's a lot more profile than on the F4. So very different foil.
You have 2 versions of these. You have the M
okay.
and the H one, and the the problem is the H1 costs more, and this is the DNA H. It's written on there. It's the stiffer one. It's a different construction.
Okay.
Inside.
So they have in different versions the front wings.
The M1 is a lot cheaper.
But the layout is not the layout. The form is the same. The shape.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And also you can buy a mast for half the price of this one.
You have these little pins here.
It's freaking. Also, when I saw it the first time, also they have even QR code in here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. already now it's stiff. You know,
This
you
is-
can't move it already.
This is so many details. Wow.
Yeah. And then when you think about it, that they use thick screws at the front, makes so much sense.
This is where the biggest pressure is. Everything just feels super solid, I feel. I mean, this is not at all a sponsored segment, guys, so I'm just testing Mario's foil. I'm not getting any money for this from anyone.
I just want to say I'm also not sponsored.
So yeah, let's just try it. And then I think we have the one problem that Mario forgot the shim of the back wing in Germany.
Yeah, that freaking sucks.
So now I kind of have
It
to...
was okay even without
I have
the
to,
shim.
here comes a good joke, I have to wing it. Sorry. So I think I need, because yeah, I have to put it like this. How does it work again? If I put like this, I have more power, or if I put like this, I have more power?
You have more power if you put a shim below the front. And you have less power if you put a shim below the back. And because this thing, you normally get a shim, but I forgot the shim.
Yeah, I have less power if I put one behind the
You want
back.
a little bit less power because the angle of this one
Wait.
goes a little bit up.
All right, so I had to kind of improvise a little bit because, as you can see, there's no shim because that is in Germany. And Mario told me that like this, the back wing produces a little bit too much lift. So I put just a little piece of plastic under here to lift it like...
I just want to say,
So, I don't know.
not just a little bit too much lift, so much lift
So
that you almost fly to the moon.
I put a little plastic under here to lift it just 0.5 millimeter because it's tiny differences that make all the differences in foiling. This titanium fuse looks so cool. So yeah, now we got a 450 front wing, 6 to sail, 145 board. How big is the back wing?
160.
160, wow, that's small. And 20 to 30 knots of wind.
Oh yeah.
Let's do this. Okay, so that was the first test of the PATRIK AEON foil, and the foil is completely different from anything I've ever experienced on the F4. The first thing that I noticed on the water is just the stability is much, much higher. This up and down movement that you have on a lot of other foil systems is not so much there on this PATRIK foil. And I think the way he managed to do this is by giving both wings, the front and back wing, a lot of profile. I don't think they're set with a huge angle of attack. I think it's more the big profile that is creating the lift instead of the angle of the attack of the wings themselves. And this, along with the very stable construction and very stiff materials, just gives so much control. And I immediately felt this, especially in the jibe, where on the F4 I really have to work a lot to keep the foil down and then push the foil up out of the jibe. With this PATRIK foil I was just planing through the jibe on basically one height. And this was at first like a little bit strange for me because I didn't expect this, and at times it even felt like the foil wanted to push out of the water in the jibe. So you have a lot of power out of the jibe, and I think we saw that last year in the PWA Tour, especially with Michel Becker, who was coming out of the jibe storming and just had so much more acceleration out of the jibe. For sure it's skill as well, but I could feel how he could do that on the foil. And yeah, as you saw, I was riding really carefully because it was 20, 25 knots, sometimes 30 in the gust, and it was not my foil. I was not on the foil sails, so I was like getting really carefully used to the foil, but even after 1 hour, I felt so much more comfortable than in the first 10 minutes. And yeah, I have to say, after this session, I immediately put in an order for this foil as well, because lately I feel on foil that I'm getting a little bit bored. And I hope this new foil is going to fix that, because for sure now I'm like motivated, because I also saw another thing is the top speed. I had immediately a top speed of 31.8 knots, and this was just going carefully downwind. And with the F4 foil, I reached these speeds, but I had to really push. So having this new foil kind of opens up a new dimension to foiling for me, but I'm wondering at the same time if it's going to be more fun than before, because now on the F4 that I've been using for 4 years and where nothing has changed, I'm really a little bit bored, because at the same wind strength I always reach the same speeds, and it's like not that much that you can do anymore. The jibes, I feel I'm planing every jibe through. So yeah, I really hope with this new foil it opens up a new dimension on foiling for me, at least for a little while, but we'll see. So now I'm waiting a few months for this new foil, and then I will try to get properly used to it and see what speeds I can reach on this foil. But first impression, I mean, this is a totally unbiased review because I'm not getting anything from Patrik or Wind Lounge or anyone for making this review. So it was just fun to test this new product that everyone says is going to be the next big thing in the PWA World Tour. I'm kind of wondering for like the amateur surfers if it's worth to spend that much money on this foil. I feel you have also more control, which could be beneficial for amateurs, but is it really going to be more fun, the foiling, just because you're a little bit faster in the end? I'm not sure. I kind of want to get more back into racing and foil racing as well, so for me it makes sense to put the investment into this foil. But yeah, we will continue the series when I get my own PATRIK AEON foil. And then we will see how much we can push this foil to new limits. But for now, thanks for watching this video. Big thanks to Mario for letting me test the foil. And yeah, guys, this is the last video from Sardinia. Took a while to get it out. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We're really trying to get to 10,000 subscribers this year. This would be awesome. So it's very much appreciated if you hit that subscribe button, and I'd say see you in the next one. Bye.